Hello, friend. My name is Asindra, and today I'm going to continue playing for you Uncommon Time by Feral Phoenix. Now, last time we got a flower for Saki because he's extremely injured, and now we're getting the other flower and also talking to the fairies in Tenuto Springs. So let's talk to this one. Spirits can reproduce sexually, but we hardly ever do. Most of us were molded from nature by a single parent with a lot of power. Huh? Why don't we? Well, there are a lot of other reasons too, but not quite 300 years ago, back when spirits went to war with humans to stop them from ruining nature, there was a lot of sexual violence from both sides of the conflict, so creating new spirits from nature felt safer for us. That's horrible. Ugh. Also, don't let anybody tell you that the violence was all on one side. There were spirits that did things like that too. Some spirits like to pretend that we were totally innocent, but I think that if we do that, we really will be as bad as humans. No offense or anything. Yeah, that's a thing. It seems so strange that Luminoso has allowed humans to come to a place like this. Listen, there are still some spirits like Solène that can't forgive humans for what happened in the era when our races were still at war, okay? We remember it better because our lives are longer, you know? It's not our ancestors that were kidnapped and tortured or worse. It's our grandparents and great-grandparents. So, if you meet spirits like that, don't be cruel to them. You'll just be proving that humans haven't changed a bit. I hate wars. This village is called Tenuto Spring. There's not much here, but Luminoso's barrier keeps humans out, so at least we can live safely. That's good. I think there's another fairy over here, yeah. Luminoso's house is in the center of town. Yeah. Borage only grows in their garden, so you'd need to ask their permission to pick some anyway. Okay. Let's see, what's in here? Oh. Excuse me. We have an accessory shop. Welcome to the accessory shop, where we can buy things. They're relatively expensive, I guess. Red rose brooch prevents poison and burn. And then, thank you for stopping by. Over here we have welcome to the item shop, and we can buy some stuff. And then this person will show us things. Hello, do you want to see the extra skits that were included in the demo versions of this game? The way they're programmed means that you'll be returned to the title screen at the end, so make sure you save first, okay? Why does it do that? It has nothing to do with the creator being lazy. Nope. Do you want to watch the demo after party? No thanks. We can watch them later. Okay, talk to me again if you're interested. Will do. Basically, it's, the creator is thanking you, and, it has... Apparently, Mayrin and Aubrey were not included in the first demo, and then Aubrey is not included in the second one, so... But anyway, let's talk to this one who has very pretty wings. And a halo, apparently. You've met Tacit, right? She's almost completely blind and mute, and has been that way since she was born. The way Poetico tags along after her is probably Poetico's idea of being helpful, but Tacit's pretty good at making herself understood, and even on days when she can't make anything out at all, Tacit has a sharper hearing than any other living thing, and can sense where objects are by the feel of the air around her, so she doesn't need help. And yet, for all Tacit acts annoyed with her, she never really chases Poetico away. I guess even though Poetico's not too useful as a helper, her friendship has done Tacit good anyway. Heh. That's cool. I want to know why that one fairy specifically gets their own house. Or do all the other ones live with them? Who knows? Anyways, this is Luminoso's house with all of the fairies ever. Or all the ones that we fought, I think. We haven't fought Luminoso, though. Ah, so you have arrived. I have heard many things about you from my people. So you are... I am Luminoso. I am the ruler of the spirits who dwell here in the far north of the world. They're the one that assigned all of us to hide the grand score and test you. Though Solène disobeyed that command. Stare. Huh. Though I guess we should be thankful for that in the end. There's no way Saki could have defeated a spirit as strong as Selene on his own. Long have we cooperated with your family, since the generation of Alto Cantabile herself. Oh, I think this is the Dark Fairy. Yeah, though I gotta say, it's pretty unusual for somebody to mess up the tuning and wreck the score and lose their members on top of it. Actually, isn't this like a first? It really is, isn't it? What I intend to ask is this. Do you have a plan to handle what comes next? Sort of? I need to get everyone back together first things first. I think that once I do, part of the reason that the world tuning failed will probably resolve itself. The rest, I don't know yet. And first of all, I don't think I've been able to recover all of the parts of the ripped up score. We've definitely got to deal with that before we try again. But Saki comes first, shouldn't he? Oh? We came here to find a flower that supposedly grows in your village. We need it for an antidote. Well, it's a long story. I see. Well, if that is the case, then please go ahead and search for it. Once I've got my members back, is it okay if I come back here to ask for advice? Yes, of course. I can think of one suggestion in particular that may be of help to you. But we have to save Saki first, okay? Yeah, I know. We haven't forgotten. Now that you've come here once, you'll always be able to visit again. Isn't that great? Will I need to have someone Jesus. Will I need to have someone allow everyone else in, or... All who travel with thee shall be able to enter this place. The protections have been dissolved specifically for thee and none other. That grace simply passes to thy companions. That's very convenient. Okay, I'll come back once I've got things sorted out then. Do have care. It is not only the life of your friend that hangs in the balance, and it is not only his time that threatens to run out. I know. The flower field behind this dwelling may harbor what you seek. Go with my blessing. Thank you. Cool beans, let's talk to people. Now you can visit any time. Isn't that great? I don't think there's anything in the bookshelves, and I'm pretty sure we're not allowed in that door, so... I have watched over thee from the beginning, and so I find myself feeling protective of thee. I pray for thy success from the bottom of my heart. Me too. The others are too soft. Just remember that I have no intention of ever forgiving the Cantabiles for the crimes they committed. Okay. To tell the truth, it's kind of neat having humans around here. This isn't what you could call a lively village most of the time. Do return once you are ready. Cool. That's the flower we need, but if we go this direction, I'm pretty sure there's a thing in this grass over here. Oh, there's something growing here. Got oregano. Yay! Okay, let's get our thing. I say thing a lot, I'm sorry. This is it! Obtain forage. Yay! Go back inside, yes! And now we are back off to Dal Segno, I believe, to, stop Saki from bleeding to death. Please, let us have made it! I mean, we were only gone for like 2 days, I think, because I only slept in once. You can come in now. Saki, is he... There we go. Good morning. Or, dear, should that be good afternoon? Yay! It appears I've caused you all a great deal of worry. I'm sorry. It's really weird seeing him without the green. Just don't do anything that reckless and stupid ever again. How are you feeling? It seems that I've made a full recovery. There isn't any need to worry anymore. That's good to hear. Aside from that, thank you for coming to help Mayrin so promptly, both for her sake and for my own. If you had shown up any later, I don't doubt that I would have been beyond help. He's awfully cavalier about it. I'll hazard a guess. You still intend to continue with the world tuning, yes? Yeah, and sorry to ask you when you're just out of bed, but will you stay on with us as our violist? Of course. I had no intention of quitting from the start. As long as you intend to keep trying, I will be with you. It will take quite a lot more than a bully's temper tantrum to dissuade me. Thank you. Why were you in such a hurry to cross the mountains? Why, I know that we made a few mistakes in our performance, but I can't believe that that was the only cause of that disaster. It's a slim chance, but I thought that maybe there would be some reading at the Great Library that could give me a little insight. You're right about the mistakes we made not being enough, but I don't think that anything down at Folio will be able to help. Because as far as I'm aware, a failure like this is unprecedented. There's the matter of the grand score, too. I think there isn't really any use in looking at the immensity of the problem, because we'll just get overwhelmed. We've got to take this bit by bit if we want to fix it properly. In any case, will you all come to the inn with me? I want to talk about what I intend to do next. And we're technically still intruding on someone else's space, so... Oops. Oh. Whoops. Yeah, don't mind me. We're very sorry. Don't be. I know you guys have an important job to take care of. And I've got enough herbs to keep making this potion if I have to. Plus, my work here is good enough that it should get me into an apprenticeship with the master in stave come spring, no problem. Oh, I thought they were in Polyphony, but great, that's great. I wanted you to come with us anyways. So, you being able to get over there and being the apprentice, and that's excellent. Good job. I should really be thanking you guys for your cooperation, too. Thank you very much for your care and hospitality. Come back if you ever need anything else, okay? Good luck! Yeah, thanks! Saki rejoined the party. And now we are off to the inn. Into the inn. That's the shelter. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop. Yes, this direction. And here we go. Do we need to buy a room? No. Cool. Alto. You said you were going to talk about what we're going to do next, right? You've been kind of quiet for a while. Are you okay? Just thinking about where I should start. Then, may I ask something? Sure, go ahead. As things stand, we are still missing one performer. It's just a feeling of mine, but don't tell me that you mean to bring Teagan back into this as well. Yeah. Why? Why do we need her? What good would bringing Teagan back into this do? She's been nothing but horrible to you and me this whole time. And she said herself that she was done with us. I don't want to be around her anymore if I can help it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Of course that's how you feel. But it has to be Teagan. You've said things like that before, that it has to be each of us. But I'm afraid I don't understand your reasoning. This is really hard for me to put into words. It's not based on logic. Reasoning is something that you attach to gut feelings afterwards to make them make sense. I just know that it has to be Teagan. For the same reasons I knew it had to be each of you, it has to be Teagan. I don't get it. The world tuning... Yes. The world tuning has to be performed by a group of 5 people. The ritual itself is too complex for one person to have absolute control over everything. I told you about this once before, Saki, but the whole point of the ritual, the musical elements, and the ensemble is so that the strain won't be so terrible as to crush the cantabile doing it. So what's this got to do with Teagan? I'm working my way there, so be patient, okay? Anyway. Creating the instruments that the ensemble members use, maintaining the shape, actually playing my own part, and using the music as a guideline to control the flow of magical energy at the pole. All of those things are my job. I'm taking care of about 80% of the actual work in the world tuning. But the other 20% comes from the rest of you, and from our cohesiveness as a group. And it's as vital an element as anything else. What do you mean by cohesiveness? Musical style isn't really a part of it. I think that the technical term is that we have to be in sympathy. That's more important than being synchronized. Our thoughts and feelings, at least towards each other in the world tuning, have to be at least a little similar. I have to have a connection with each of you. The discord between Teagan and me, and the ill effects it had on everybody else, are definitely one of the reasons why the world tuning failed. It's just starting to sound more and more like we ought to get another first violin instead. Maybe that would be more practical in the long run, but I really, really don't want it to have to come to that. Alto. Is there a particular reason why you feel so strongly about having Teagan in this quintet? Yeah, it feels like there has to be more than just her ability to play. There's a reason. It's kind of complicated, so I hope you'll all bear with me. But I think I probably wanted to clear the air on this anyway. Probably. I'm going to explain about the cantabiles, about bowing, and about Teagan. But I need to show you this first. This is... speaking of which, Aubrey, I think, noticed her hands before when she slept with them. Yes, that is, yes. 'Cause they were like, this is, and then didn't say anything else. So, same line. Marin's like, whoa, Saki. Oh, sorry, I said that. These scars are... The first time I ruined my hands, I was 8. Up until now, my life had literally revolved around learning bowing and training to be ready for the world tuning. It's the most important duty of our family, so this is how it always is. I love that outfit, by the way. It looks very debonair. I don't know if that's the correct word, actually. But you get my point. As soon as a child is born, as soon as that child is able to walk and talk, that child begins training. And because our main instructor is always our cantabile parent, their life is so caught up with ours that there's no time to try to have and then train a second child. So from the time I was 5 years old, I spent 8 to 12 hours every day playing the cello. It only took 3 years for her to break her hands. And another 8 to 12 hours learning to control my power. All my spare time was spent learning other things that would be important to my quest. Reading, writing, history, geography, logistics. The handling and maintenance of converted bows and how to make them. Because that's an art only practiced in Harmonia, and it's even dying out here. I barely had time to eat or sleep. I didn't go to school. I was never allowed out of the mansion unless I had no choice but to appear at some societal function. And I want to make this clear, but it's not that my parents were especially cold and cruel. As far as I can tell, the Cantabile family has been like this for hundreds of years. Because it's the fate of the world, you know? Every living thing in the entire world depends solely on our abilities. So I don't know when, but at some point down the line, my ancestors reached the conclusion that they had to sacrifice their humanity for the sake of the world, that was a small price to pay. I can understand that logic, and I accept it. I think it's an accurate view of things. But it's also true that no one in my family, none of the servants or staff or anyone, has ever treated me warmly or kindly. The only times I can remember being praised are when I produce superior results in training. The circumstances being what they are, it can't be helped. We don't know any other way. And these methods have produced many successful performers and heroes. But at the same time, I have been abused my entire life. Aside from our magic, the Cantabile family tends to pass down another thing. It's not as convenient. Almost all of us have hyper-flexible wrists. I guess you'd say we're double-jointed. That means that our hands and wrists are extra vulnerable, and our training puts enough stress on them as it is. I'm like that too. So the first time that I stopped being able to move my hands, I was 8 years old. From that point in time, I've been through surgery after surgery, because magic alone only does so much. That's why I have so many scars on my hands. Part of the reason why I keep them covered most of the time is because people always tend to get the wrong idea about them. Recovering from surgery put big gaps in my training. It was the only time that I was ignored and allowed to run free, but it didn't give me any relief. I was in pain and I was useless, and I knew it. That was when I met Teagan. Teagan has been my only friend ever since then. And honestly, up until we left home to go on this journey, she's been my only view of the world outside of our courtyard. To put it one way, when she first learned about my family, she was horrified and furious for me. And it's not that I didn't believe her that my life was abnormal, I just had no concept of normal to measure myself up to. So it was more that it took me a long time to understand what she meant. Teagan's not perfect. You know what her personality's like. She hasn't always been able to do anything for me effectively. But all this time, she's always acted from the desire to help and protect me in whatever way she can. So when it was time for me to leave, it was obvious to me that I had to bring Teagan along as my first violinist. I've always known that it has to be her. All my life up until now, she's been my only real, solid human connection. But at the same time, even if we just dragged Teagan back and everything went back to the way it was, it'd be no good. Teagan may be acting based on what she thinks are my best interests, but she doesn't get to decide what those are. And she never asked me what I really want to do, or think we should do, or fully trusted me when I answer. She needs to acknowledge me as her equal and as a person with a right to make decisions. She needs to acknowledge that she's just been taking her frustration out on all of us, and that that's wrong, and that she needs to act differently. So, it's a problem. I know that it has to be Teagan who does this with me. It's not just that I'm used to her or need her around. I want her to be around. But she can't play with us if all she's going to do is hurt us. So what do you intend to do? I'm going to track her down and give her a piece of my mind. I'm going to make sure that she listens to what we have to say for once. After that, I think it'll depend on how she reacts. If she understands that she's done something bad and is sorry and wants to change, then I think we'll be okay with bringing her along again. If not, well, it won't be the same, and I'm not sure how I'll feel about it. But I guess we'll have to find somebody else. Yeah, okay. Mayrin? I think that's fair. Honestly, I'm afraid of seeing Teagan again, but I was able to save Saki, so I have proof that I'm not powerless after all. And even though she's hurt me, you've probably been suffering for a lot longer. If that's what you want to do, then I'm willing to give it a try. Suffering? I don't really know. I've never thought of it that way. It's just been what's normal for me up until now. Because of that, I'm honestly more worried about you. I can deal with Teagan, but I know that me wanting her to be here doesn't give me the right. The right to hurt you by making you have to deal with her again. It's enough for me that you're taking that into account, okay? You may not be used to being in charge of things like this yet, but I have got at least some faith in your judgment. This is important to you, so I'll give it a try. Okay, thank you. I'll do my best to not let you down. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Aubrey, Saki, what about you two? I feel the same way. I've told you that I will be with you from now on, and I will prove to you that I mean that no matter what. Teagan has never really bothered me that much personally. I think it's most important for you to decide what you want and follow through on it. So I will support you to the best of my ability. Thanks. But... My, I will be with you from now on? How bold. Oh yeah, so hey Saki, these two went and hooked up when our backs were turned. Goodness, did they? Well, congratulations. Why? If you ever have any questions or concerns, do come to me and ask. It is an adult's solemn duty to explain these things to young folk. Both of my parents were sex workers, so I really think we'll be fine. Oh my, but you're still this embarrassed about it even so? There's no need to be shy. This is something to be proud and happy about. Why this? We're just natural busybodies, don't mind us. There. To get things back on topic, what's our plan of attack, Alto? Well, first we need to find Teagan. We haven't run into her yet, so we should probably check libretto and solfege. She'll be there, somewhere or other. It may turn into a fight. It may get really ugly. Are you all still okay with that? Oh, what are you saying? We already said that we're with you. No matter what, right? Yeah, okay. We're gonna go find Teagan. Let's do something about that hard head of hers. Yay! Alright, let's get out of here. I don't think we've ever stayed at this inn. No, we might have. I don't remember. Can we go in here? Oh my god, we can go into the other rooms. Hello! Hello. My friend Lucy and I are on our way to Polyphony for the Star Festival. Oh good! You're the one that jumped! I finally managed to convince Daisy how great my plan is, and then the weather just has to get all stupid. What's the deal? Oh, I'm sorry. Can we go in this one? No. I'm glad that they made it that they're working their way to Polyphony anyway. Good for them. Alright, so we need to go to libretto. I think is the closest one. Bum, 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 bum. Though we don't need to go to the library. Yes! Oh, do I have to search for her? Okay, I'll go do that. Alright, so I didn't find her in libretto, and Arpeggio Pass isn't letting me jump. So I guess I'll see you on the other side of it. And to solfege we go. Teagan! Hey, Teagan! We've been looking all over for you. Whatever it is, I don't want to hear it. It's raining also. I told you I don't want to see any of your fucking faces again. Keep your distance or you're gonna get what's coming to you. Hey, wait! Damn it, don't ignore me! Ugh, she went. Are you three alright? Yeah. Yes. Alto? Now I'm mad. Yeah, geez, what is her problem? You're not getting away from us that easy, you damn Teagan. Yeah. She's headed south. The only place to go from there is the Forest of Preludes. Come on, we're gonna go corner her so she's got no choice but to listen. And I guess that's where we're gonna leave off then, huh? I actually think that we should go do this thing over here, whatever it is, first. So look forward to that next time, as well as possibly going to talk to Teagan and yell at her some more. Yes, so look forward to those. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.